Hi everyone, this is John Gerardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our 40 videos for 40 days series. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside abortion clinics throughout the country and throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our campaign in Fresno, get in touch with us at Right to Life of Central California at rtlcc.org or give us a call at 559-229-2229. Today I want to talk about an interesting California state law issue and a very interesting and horrible long-standing California State Supreme Court decision. Just like the United States has a Supreme Court, California also has a state Supreme Court, and it has issued a couple of decisions on abortion that are really terrible. Now, we've been talking over the last few weeks about the Hyde Amendment. The Hyde Amendment is this landmark federal legislative accomplishment where basically every year to the federal budget, this set of legislative language called the Hyde Amendment, named after the late Congressman Henry Hyde, gets attached to federal spending bills to ensure that no federal monies are used to directly fund abortion. And that's chiefly through federally funded health care programs, the most important of which is Medicaid. So for the most part, in most states, most of their state Medicaid programs do not pay for abortion. Now, California is different. California historically has had Medi-Cal funded abortions. You can get an abortion as a Medi-Cal beneficiary. How did that happen? Well, here's what happened. In the 1970s, the Hyde Amendment gets introduced at the national level at the U.S. Congress. Members of the California legislature bought into this pretty much bipartisan agreement that whether you were pro-life or pro-choice, most people agreed that, well, even if we think abortion should be legal, we don't think that the American taxpayer should be forced to pay for it. So the California legislature actually passed laws to cut off any California state funding for abortion through California healthcare programs, including Medi-Cal. Some of the Medi-Cal funding comes from the federal government, some Medi-Cal funding comes from state government. And the California State Supreme Court in 1981 issued a decision called Committee to Defend Reproductive Rights v. Myers. And the California Supreme Court said that under California's own state constitution, that it was unconstitutional for the state of California to discriminate in its funding measures between what kind of pregnancy outcome a woman could choose, that this violated a woman's fundamental right to privacy. Now, we can see the activism of the California State Supreme Court decision that this right to privacy would extend not just to the choice of whether or not to have an abortion, but whether or not you and I, the taxpayer, have to fund someone else getting an abortion. Basically, this notion that the right to privacy is so sacrosanct that it extends not just to individual choices, but how the state funds or does not fund different choices that someone on a state-funded government health insurance plan can choose from. It's a bizarre, and it shows how the California State Supreme Court is and was and still is just as bad an activist liberal court as the United States Supreme Court was in its worst moments. While Roe v. Wade was a terrible decision, poorly decided, poorly reasoned, the Supreme Court justices basically legislating from the bench, perhaps California's Supreme Court was even worse. And ever since that decision in 1981, we, the taxpayers of California, have been forced to pay for abortion directly through various state healthcare programs. For Right to Life of Central California, I'm John Gerardi.